Last summer, I had the opportunity to stand on the steps of the colonial-era church, St. Paul's Chapel in New York City. As I stood on the steps, my mind went back to 200 years earlier, to the morning of April 30th, 1789. That morning, George Washington stood on the balcony of the Federal Building and, with his hand placed on the Bible, was inaugurated as the first president of the United States. After the inauguration, Washington then led all the members of his House, Senate, and his cabinet on a 9-minute walk from the Federal Building to St. Paul's Chapel, where I stood. When they arrived, they all knelt down in a small cemetery next to the chapel and exercised their new freedom of religion by uniting in prayer, voiced by General Washington himself, to commit the new government to the blessing and protection of the Most High. It was in that moment, as I stood on the steps of the chapel and looked up at the tall steeple, that I realized that America is great, not because of her famous monuments or economic prosperity, but because she allows every person to believe as they wish. It is her undying religious freedom that makes America great.
The Heritage Foundation has stated that an estimated 350,000 religious congregations operate schools, pregnancy resource centers, soup kitchens, drug addiction programs, and homeless shelters. These efforts serve 70 million Americans each year, and the value of their services is estimated to over $1 trillion annually. From these facts, it's clear to see that integrating religion into our communities comes with great advantages. If we oppress or diminish the importance of religion or charitable organizations, we are oppressing and diminishing the potential of our nation. Just because the First Amendment states, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, doesn't mean anything unless we take action. It is my responsibility, as well as yours, to implement this amendment into our professional as well as our personal lives. Personally, I benefit from the freedoms and blessings that the First Amendment provides me. And I can benefit myself and those around me when I seek religious freedom for all. We can all do this when we seek to understand our own rights, as well as understand the beliefs of others. Shouldn't we be reaching out to others, especially those who don't share our beliefs? Understanding others' perspectives comes with increased capacity to feel for them and to support them. And because of the great place where we live, we have the opportunity to get involved with business associations, school boards, and city councils. And in these positions, we can build trusting relationships and protect everyone's rights.
What is freedom of religion to me? It's going to church on Sunday. It is talking about my beliefs with others and listening to others express theirs. It is me being able to pray with thanks to my God for a country that allows me to worship, live, and die how I want. Freedom of religion is a choice many others in this world don't get to make. So as we continue our lives, let us remember. Let us remember the people who guaranteed our personal liberties, our rights, and our freedom. So why did they do it? Why did they ensure us the right to worship in the Constitution? So we could be one nation under God, indivisible with liberty and justice for all.
The very first amendment to our Constitution in the Bill of Rights declares, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. The text of this right includes two parts or clauses, the Establishment Clause and the Free Exercise Clause. Both of these parts are equally important in upholding and protecting freedom of religion in our country. The first clause is the Establishment Clause. This clause guarantees that the government will not establish any sort of religion. There will be no official religion of the United States. This is important because it makes it so that the government will never force you to practice a religion that you do not agree with. The second part is the Free Exercise Clause. The Free Exercise Clause is equally important because it allows you to practice your religion and uphold your religious beliefs, whatever they may be. It also ensures that the government will not force you to do anything that goes against your religious beliefs.
Having your freedom of conscience respected. Being able to practice your own religion the way you want to. This is the number one right in the Bill of Rights. But even before the Bill of Rights or the rest of the Constitution, before the Declaration of Independence, and even before people had coined the term American, we had religious freedom. When the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth in 1620, they were seeking religious freedom. The reason they left England and came to America was because of religious freedom. And it's because they sought that religious freedom that we have all of the other rights that we cherish today. And it's this first freedom that started America. It's the freedom that defines America, and it's the freedom that has been the driving force of America for centuries.